Okay, I've got the 1200 GAE out of the box. I want to go over and show you the accessories that came with it. This is the standard head shell. Oh, what do they call that? I forget. Overhang gauge. Yeah, it does the overhang, which I've heard some people say in the past that this is perfect, and other people say throw this away immediately, it doesn't even work. So I'm going to use the MoFi Geo disc probably to align my cartridge later. Here's the head shell. It's just a standard black head shell without the Technics logo on it. It does have gold plated or copper plated, I don't know what they are, but the leads, which are better than the tin plated of what the old 1200 had. There's a bag of screws. A little disappointed it doesn't say Technics, and I would think it should have been the silver one to match the unit, similar to the one on the old M5G, if you remember that, or a new head shell altogether. But you know, it's just a head shell. I'm going to use my own anyway. Okay, the counterweight, this is different. Looks like a copy of the ones they used in the 70s, like with the 1401 and the audiophile home turntables they had in the 70s. It's a little bit different than the counterweight from the 1200s that we all know. Has two weights. This looks like a standard one. And then this one is definitely heavier for, I guess, for heavier cartridges. So that's cool they included that. I had one from KAB make me one once, but it's cool that they include that. So I like that aspect. You can use more cartridges. All right, I'll put that away, come over to the unit itself. This is going to be very hard to see on video, but let me tell you, the fit and finish of this thing is amazing. There is just no comparison in that regard to a standard 1200. I'm going to lift it up and let you see underneath and in the back. I don't pull the feet off doing it. Okay. This is, I know this, again, it's video, it's hard to see, but this compound, whatever this is, just seems to be more hard and rigid than on a 1200. I guess that's part of where the extra weight comes from. I know these weigh over 40 pounds and the 1200 weighed about 25 pounds. There's your socket for your power cord, which I highly suggest going to Audio Advisor or somewhere and getting like a, you know, just a $50 upgraded power cord that I'm going to use. They make a big difference in the noise, especially if you have, I live in an old house with bad electrical currents anyway. Also, let's see, where's the, oh, here it is. Here's the RCA jacks and ground wire. Okay, kind of under there, might be a little hard to get at. There's nothing else. Would have been kind of cool if they would have had a remote control port like some of them had back in the day. I've got a remote controller, but that's all right. These feet, I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off. Hold on a second. The feet are much heavier than the old 1200. Those were very light. Again, I don't want to get too much into a comparison right now, but these are very well done. Very heavy duty. These are some kind of anodized steel or aluminum or something. Got a little bit of sorbethane or something in here. Had a little bit of give there. Yeah, these are nice. And feet do make a difference, especially in my case, I have hardwood floors. So the better the feet, the better vibration control. I'm gonna put this back on now. It just screws in just like the same, it's like the same threading as the old 1200. I'm gonna lay this back down. Okay, back to the unit itself. Again, it is just beautiful. I know it's hard to see that, but the finish on it, this top plate, oh, here's the 45 adapter, or the singles adapter. Okay, I'm gonna get down in here a little bit. Okay, so yeah, this definitely seems to be a different top plate, because here you've got a slightly different finish there on the base. So, don't know what that means, but this top plate is beautiful. I think they said it was 10 millimeters thick. I mean, the finish is just impeccable. Now, is it worth the price because of the finish? I don't know. That's something we can people will argue about all day. I really don't care right now. I just love turntables. So even this 45 adapter seems to be a little bit more satin finish to it. Interesting. Okay, this is definitely, the guts here are completely different than a 1200. You've got service only. I don't know what that ever means or who could ever service it. I'd hate to send it back to New York. I live in Ohio. Here's one update. Looks like a USB port. Again, I don't know if they send you a program or what. I'm gonna have to find out about that. But okay, here we've got our torque to make it, you know, to have it start and stop faster. Have the brake slow or fast, the torque low or high. MA, I'm not really sure what that means right now, so I have to look that up. There's the motor, or the top of the motor. Again, those are the holes where the platter goes in. So yeah, just this thing to the touch is just amazing. Start stop button seems to be nice and smooth. Those are capital letters now. They used to be short, small case. Supposedly you hit 33 and 45 at the same time and you get 78. The target light, I guess it's blue now. It's kind of the same action as before. Okay, here's my limited edition plate. And yes, it says number 227. So that's cool. I like that. I like how the Technics is kind of recessed in there, which is similar to their new products. Okay, let's go over to the pitch slider. Looks the same, but I tell you, it just has a different vibe to it. I know it looks exactly the same as the 1200, but it just looks like it's more finished, polished. I don't know what the word would be. Let's slide it. Kind of a thick sliding action. I like it. I'm not going to DJ. I never have. I don't know how. I admire DJs to hell and back because they're brilliant. I can't do it. I just like to play them in my house and at weddings. So I'm not going to abuse this slider, but I do like to do my pitch a little faster, like when you're playing a little disco record or something. It's kind of cool, so I do play with that. All right, let's go to the tone arm. Again, the finish on this tone arm is just magnificent. It's hard to tell with the video, and it looks even different than the M5Gs did. Some people were speculating these are just M5G arms. From the finish, I mean, it's supposed to be magnesium, so it is different than an M5G, which looked a little bit more satiny, if that's a word. Now, also with the tone arm, this part back here is supposedly wider and thicker than a 1200. I will test that after a while, but it's got the VTA ring. Okay, this little part here does not seem to be just plastic painted over. That seems to be the same aluminum finish as the guts here. Okay, I was kind of worried about that. I was thinking, well, maybe they just painted it silver. No, I don't think so. That material is very nice. Now, the anti-skate knob, hard to tell. I don't know if it's painted over or not, but it's fairly substantial. Same here with the lever. The little armrest is still the same, which, you know, $4,000 turntable and all rests on a little piece of plastic like that. But at least they're easy to fix or to change out. I do have a KAB fluid damper that I'm going to try to see if it works. Let's see that later. It's got the same lock mechanism for VTA. Let's do the wheel. Very smooth wheel. Again, hard to tell if that might be painted plastic, that wheel. It's hard to tell. I don't want to make a Technics engineer mad at me, but definitely this well right here definitely seems to be nice aluminum. So pretty sweet, like I said. The looks of it, boy, you really got to see it in person. How about this knob? That's nice action there. Again, that knob may just be painted plastic. Hard to tell. But yeah, overall, the fit is just beautiful. It really is. Here's the hinges. Those are the standard ones, so if you have some from an old 1200, looks like they should fit. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me come around to this side. Let's see what that says. Well, serial number, ACN, some other things, Technics, 120 volt, that's good. Glad they sent us the right one. Okay, so again, the base, I just want to reiterate, this base is very, very, I don't know what that is, but it's very hard and very sturdy compared to the 1200s. All right, I'm going to put the platter on it and come back.